What grounds do I have to say that? I have ADHD. And that does not qualify me to say such declarative things. I'm also, which does give me the grounds to make such claims. But given that I have ADHD, that means that I, unlike you neurotypical weirdos out there, you have a different experience of life than I do.
Hello and welcome back. Hi, I missed all of you, but this is going to be a very short video because I just personally wanted to talk about it because it is a very important topic for me. And then also just because it's more relevant than my month-old other redesign videos. In the sense of when the character came out, but that's not important. You're going to watch them anyway. And plus, I can get reviews on this because it needs to be talked about on here and just in general. And I've seen a lot of other creators on TikTok talk about this a lot, and which I thought was really cool. So I wanted to bring it over to YouTube if nobody else has already done it. Oh yeah, why this video is so short, and the designs aren't the best, but this was kind of like a midnight idea, and I just was awake and I was drawing. Like I said, it's not the best video. Sorry about that. But I have a lot of other videos that will be more professional and good in the future. Just hold on to those. But anyways, back to Wednesday. So I am a diagnosed neurodivergent person. I have been diagnosed with ADHD since like 3rd grade. Anxiety a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other problems. Pretty sure I got a little of autism sprinkled in there, and diagnosed with other mental illnesses. So it's going great. But this isn't about me. This is about Wednesday, and it's representation of neurodivergent characters in the view of neurotypical. Sorry, my ADHD medicine has worn off at this point, but but I feel like the show could have been way better if they had, I don't know, tried to spin it and gave more representation to neurodivergent characters, because a lot of shows have a lot of coded characters, which is fine. Because for me personally, I actually really love seeing those characters that I can just relate to, because those characters usually make me very happy. So it just bugs me when these characters are obviously coded, and then I guess neurotypical is very hard to say, so I'm gonna say normal people, but I don't mean normal people in a bad way, okay, so but basically when normal people take it out of context and are just oh, I really like this character, and then you're oh, I really like this character too, I like how they show off traits that are similar to mine because I am neurodivergent, and then they're ew, no. They're not neurodivergent, you stupid. Nobody has ever said that to me. Well, the stupid part, but when they make it not okay for neurodivergent people to relate to neurodivergent characters. And I don't know, I feel like Wednesday could have taken the idea of making it all neurodivergent school. They could have brought in actual neurodivergent actors or people with disabilities, because a lot of people don't include them even in media and movie making or even theater, just because they're oh, they'll be too much trouble because they're not normal. And I think that's stupid, and whoever does that, jail or something, I don't know. But anyways, so that's why I decided to redesign Wednesday a little bit. I wanted to give her clothes that matched her aesthetic, but also showed us a bit into her neurodivergentness. And I would love to do this for all of the Adams, because they're obviously a neurodivergent family, and I love them. I have not been a huge fan of the Adams for a long time, but I recently watched the movies that came on Netflix before the show, and I absolutely love it. And I had no idea it was this fun. So, but anyways, so I gave her some more fashion related stuff like longer cuffs, and I really like the long skirt. I think it's cute. It gives a more like ghostly silhouette than like some pants or something, because I would like it to be more like flowy material, maybe not as pleated. But then also I needed some spice or some glitter. I don't even know. They needed to mix it up a little with school outfits. I'm so tired of school like outfits that are like mandatory, because I'm like, give it a little spice, like make everybody wear what they want, but they have to keep like a patch or something on it that shows they are from that school, because this is getting boring and I'm tired of seeing these outfits. They're all the same. And I understand that's kind of the point, but also if they made a school for all these different people, why not encourage that difference? Because they want their students to be different, but also at the same time they're just like, hey, yo, don't eat that person or something. I don't know. Watch the show, I promise. But they don't encourage that, and I know it's kind of part of the plot of like, oh yeah, spoilers, but also not, but maybe spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend go watch it and then come back and see what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, or wait, if you have, anyway, I'll continue. But the way the principal and the mayor were talking, like he wants the school to act more normal, but that's just not how students and most of the faculty are made in the way that they're neurodivergent. And so I thought it'd be really important to show that throughout a costume instead of the boring school outfits. And I love most of the costumes in the show. Like, absolutely 10 out of 10. I love Wednesday's outfits. I love most of Enid's because they look like my wardrobe. I swear I had one of her sweaters. But, so I gave her things that I would like to see. Like a little bag to carry around, like, things in. Because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like she would carry a bag more around normally to hold things like evidence, or she needed to sneak something with the bag, or if it was too big to carry in her pocket, and like, you know, that kind of stuff. Or I gave her tights that are restitched constantly because she picks at them, because I feel like she has a lot of picking mannerisms, or just like, I need to, I don't know. Like, she doesn't mind the texture of tights, but it's also just like, free me. If you're neurodivergent, you know. But also, then I just gave her layers because I just like layers. I love little sweater vests. They're so cute. But I live where it's hot, so I never get to wear them. So that's why I draw all my characters in them. I also gave her some noise-canceling headphones for crowded situations, because I feel like she gets very overstimulated in social situations. Like just in general, like when they're all outside for their little lunch thing, like maybe she like puts them on and like it doesn't cancel out all the noise, so she can still kind of hear Enid talking to her or something. But or just like little things for her to mess with, like little chains and keys I added on like her little like hanging belt thing. And I give her earrings just because I love earrings, and plus I spin mine a lot, so when I do not have anything else to do with my hands, I tend to spin mine, or I'm trying not to because I know you're not supposed to, but I do. But also, I decided to do Enid as well because I think she's adorable, and that's just me. So, but for Enid, I really wish, and I know they probably had a budget and all that, but they used it on like monster or like thing. But I feel like if you're gonna be a werewolf, at least make your people look like a werewolf. And I know it's supposed to be like, oh, but man by day and wolf by night. But no, like she's not. Like if the Gorgon guy can have snakes in his hair, and look like the dude from Monster High, Enid can have some cute little fuzzy sideburns and cute little furs at the end of like her little elbows or the backs of her like legs or something to show that she's fluffy. I think it would be cute. because I would love to see like more rugged like werewolf designs. I don't want to see a put together werewolf. She is obviously ADHD and she stims a lot. So I gave her very much a lot of like dangly jewelry. I give her many bracelets and scrunchies to play with and little clips in her hair because I like to move mine around when I have them in my hair, like when it bothers me. So like I mess with them. And I kept her sweaters because the sweaters are amazing. Yeah, that's it. The sweaters are great. I also gave her like a little short skirt because again I was like, you can keep the academy thing, but she's a short skirt kind of girl. And I gave her little pigtails because and they're not even and they're very much not straight at all, and I love it. So again, we are not organized. Okay, even on meds, us ADHD people, nah, we are not organized whatsoever. Or at least in my experience. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us still are really bad about our little doom spaces where we keep everything. Like, I'm looking at mine right now. It's bad. Okay, anyways, focus. So that's what I wanted to do to Enid. I gave her flats because I think she would like wearing, like, cute little platforms and stuff. But most of the time she would want flats or, like, tennis shoes or Converse to, like, run around in because I feel like she's a very hyperactive ADHD because again, wolf, and I spend a lot of time with dogs. I love dogs. That is my hyperfixation. But I don't know. She needs to feel free to get up and move. Then I also gave her this little vest with a little heart neckline, and I'm just in love with it. It's like a little fluffy sweater jacket thing, and I love it just because I love the little heart motif because Enid just has a big heart and she's a little puppy dog and I love it. So I don't know why I progressively go into Valley Girl when I'm talking about things I like, but and then also I gave her cute little heart pockets because yes, and then they have little paws on them. I didn't color these because I was kind of lazy and I kind of did this at like late at night, so I don't even remember, but I did it. And so of course I gave her little like cute little puffed out sleeves because she is a puffed out sleeves girl. I definitely like, I can just tell, like, you know those little like those little plastic heels that kids usually play dress up with? That was just her whole childhood. Even though she has a household of like brothers and stuff, she was still like, no, we're playing dress up and we're having a tea party because I just feel like she's very girly and I love it. So because we don't see a lot of those anymore, I feel like, because it's kind of off topic than the neurodivergent thing, but also it's just kind of allowing Enid to be herself. She's allowed to be clumsy, and like that's why I put little band-aids, or she's allowed to have mismatched socks, or like things that just make her happy and feel good, which I feel would be a lot of like fluffy and pink and bright things because she already decorated her side of the room very cutesy and I love it. So and then I also gave her more of a like heavier kind of coat thing because I feel like she wouldn't get hot as much because she has wolf genes. So like I don't know, like, and it's probably cold up there. It looks cold. So, and it rains a lot. So that's what was happening here. It's a little like sweater dress or something. Oh, never mind. I got rid of it. I don't even remember. So like, you can't follow me for this one. Then I gave her another little sweater dress to like kind of match Wednesdays, but not, because I feel like she would try and match, but like without Wednesday's knowing. So Wednesday gets out of the room first, and then she's like, okay, Bestie, I'm gonna steal your vest and then also wear it so we can match. And I love the fluffy coats so much. There was this one on Pinterest that I see all the time, and I'm like, I need it. So I put it on Enid because, yes. And then I gave her little paw pockets because, again, she was already talking about how she was like, oh, this kitty has claws. And I was like, you're a dog. But anyways, I was like, she likes fluffy things. It just makes sense, and it would probably help her feel more wolf-like in general. And again, more with my whole thing about how I think they should feel more wolf-like in features, like even if that's simple contouring with the nose bridge and cheeks, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know nothing about makeup. Oh my gosh, I forgot I love this outfit. I gave her little bell bottoms with like a cute little like kind of overall dressy thingy with a fluffy coat, and I'm in love with it. I love it. And then there's all her beads and scrunchies and all the things that I think she would love. But those are my designs for Wednesday and Enid. Oh my gosh, I had a point. But anyways, oh, I remember. Okay. ADHD medicine has worn off at this point. But I wish to see more neurodivergent or not neurotypical people represented in shows to break the stigma of not just being the weird quirky kid that like is actually nice to hang out with, because there are literally so many of those, and it kind of makes me angry because most of us were not treated well, or we were kind of coerced. It's that thing where like mean girls start calling you best friend just because you're weird, and then they start like talking to you or trying to make you do stuff, and most of us get tricked into it because we're like, oh, you actually want to be my friend, and that's okay. But later we find out they were just making fun of us, and I feel like that isn't talked about enough. And I know I've seen people make videos of like, oh, the mean girl becomes your friend. I personally, in my experience, and probably many neurodivergent experience, that has never happened. We are on the end of it, and I know they're doing like heal your inner child or something. Yeah, but I don't care, and we need to show the reality of it because I'm kind of sick of it. I don't want to be treated like a little prize you get out of a toy box for being good in class that day. Like, I don't want to be known as one of those things that's only good when you remember it's there. But yeah, that's my take on that. But also, I kind of wanted to talk about Bianca, but I didn't want to redesign her because I think she's cute as is. Who is calling me? No, scams, get out of here. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Bianca a little bit because also as a mixed neurodivergent person, I'm mixed black and white. But I usually identify as black or mixed because I'm a little tan. I look like a cookie that's been in the oven. So I feel like I don't have a lot of input on this, but I would like to help the push for this. But I'm kind of tired of seeing black characters that like are either mean or they're like girl bosses or like sassy, which isn't a bad thing if it is done correctly. But for the most part, it is a huge stereotype, and it is totally fine if you are like that in real life. If you like to be kind of a loner and do things yourself, more power to you, girl, because I can barely talk to a cashier at Walmart. Like, and like, yes, I know it is a reality, but also, as a mixed person, I really like cute little, I like cute things. I like the color pink. I like carrying around stuffed animals. I like having a little backpack where it has sparkles on it, okay? I like it. I like having my keychains. I like blah, 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 blah. All these other things. Like, I like doing that stuff. So, I rarely ever see any characters who are black or any brown characters who are pictured as just nice and happy fun. Like, you never see that. at all. Like, I legit cannot think of one, because usually they're always the sidekick and they're just the sassy sidekick or the angry sidekick. And I'm kind of tired of it, because as in my past being treated like one of the sassy sidekicks, it gets tiring and it makes you just want to yell at people for real. And I understand, like, if I, it's hard probably to understand from a different perspective, but the more we are stereotyped to be that way, and the more we see it as media, and especially growing up, we get taught, like, oh, that's the only way I'm supposed to be. And even on TikTok, I know there's a lot of them out there for my black girls who like cute things, or are like want to be soft and like cottagecore and like all that. And I love it. I love seeing it, but I don't see it enough, because a lot of black women are just like fetishized to be their stereotypical side character parts, or like, oh, she for the streets, like, kind of thing. And that's awful, and I think it needs to stop. So I just want you to think about that every time you watch a show. Like, I literally don't care when, but it's very hard to find a good show that has a main black characters that doesn't include one of the main stereotypes. And prove me wrong, because I don't watch that much TV and all that, but I bet you can't. I will not be betting any money, because, girl, do I look like I have money? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I felt like it was important to say, as well as the coded characters. Sorry if you mostly came here for a redesign. I just wanted to do a little bit of both, and I don't want to be a commentary channel, but this is just what I believe, and I especially believe that redesign should consider more commentary aspects, especially when redesigning a certain franchise or product or characters in any way. And of course, no disrespect to the actual creative people behind Wednesday. Honestly, the show was really good. I really enjoyed it. Sure, I did figure out some stuff. It's not hard to figure out the mystery. But maybe that's just because I just really like mystery genres and I pick it up really quick. But still, there was a twist or two that got me, and again, love the outfits. I love most of the costuming. Special effects are okay, and I don't even want to get into the pilgrim thing, like the evil pilgrim guy with the staff in the glowing rock, because as you know, most of the pilgrims were like, oh, witchcraft, when somebody sneezes. So so I'm not even gonna get into that. This is already getting too long. This is supposed to be a short video, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you have anything else to say, this is a free space for ideas and just talking, but disrespectful of people will be booted. Thank you, because yeah, we don't tolerate that here. But yeah, I hope somebody else just at least is like, yes, I've been thinking that exact same thing for a long time, because I love finding those people and I love talking to those people. We see each other. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you at some point.